just wanna be heard. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke. No, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke. No, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke. No, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke. No, you don't want. Yeah, I've been so my frustration. I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ride it. We break you down like a pound. I got it. Don't panic around me. I'm corrupted. Flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Black 20. And Nicker, now spin. Black 53. We ain't giving up nothing today. Watch safety creep. Watch safety. X3. 218. Chop it.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, let's go. Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Here's Roethlisberger. Complete to Washington. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Blue 30. Check 53. Cut. Watch the twist. Slam. Switch. Focus.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
Hey, Delta.
51's the Mike. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Hey, Mike 51.
No spacing.
You're trash, you're trash.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
Nicholas, 66.
SOS.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Watch it.
Go, go. World.
53. Mike. I got it. 53.
Hey, seam 6.
We'll hold this. Let's go.
Black and burn.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. On 1st and 10 is counter. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Ready? Block 80.
Check. 53 is Mike. Watch the out. Watch the out.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he stopped immediately there. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, 33.
26 months.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to air one out. It's a big play there for the Browns. 47 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Just me and you. Hey, check 24.
Double bump.
Hey, switch gears.
Flag, what's that?
Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down.
Yo. Alert 3. Shift. Watch the shift.
Solid, 5 down.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
And that's okay. They've just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. Stephon Tuitt came out at Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
On second and 12, Mayfield, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Cracks, cracks. Check, check. Look. King. Point it right, point it right, point it right.
And Mayfield just getting the play off. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Let's go.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second down now, it's Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a third down and less than a yard.
180. Slam. Check nickel. Kill.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
They'll run with Chubb, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Cybert on for the PAT. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Alert, alert!
Ringer, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. What we got? What we got? What we got? Check 24. Check 24.
Easy, easy.
Rush in. Rush in.
Why they touch?
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Second and 10, it's Roethlisberger once more. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
14 more yards.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10.
Just like that. 53's the mark.
Ben to throw again. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Roethlisberger now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by the linebacker Joe Schobert.
No gain on the play.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Black 80.
53, Mike. If you don't get this boy.
Snickers. 6'6", pull it back.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check. Back.
Beat these two.
We got double up.
Black.
Looking to throw on second down. Roethlisberger going deep to the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
Ready? 180.
Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. Know your job. Check.
Take both of them.
Check.
They snap it at one. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Set. Black 80.
53 is the mark. Watch the run.
Black it.
They'll run on first down. Connor, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with third and just a yard. He'll try to run forward with Connor, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Jack 16.
56 is the mic. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So on fourth down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. Boswell's kick is good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check 3, check.
Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Regular. Real. Hey, Echo. Watch out.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
23 yards, the final tally. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Hey, alert!
Mayfield on play action. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
Set! Black 20!
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I know he ain't got
On first down, it's Connor. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
It's coming again.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
Jack 16!
Mike 51, Mike 51. I'm coming.
6 gone! Check 6 gone!
Check 31, check 31.
Black 1.
From the 38, Roethlisberger. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Check 9, check 9. Check 43.
King. Black 1.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set! 180!
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Kill.
Cut!
They run it again with Chubb. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Set! 20!
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
On third down, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
And the Browns first down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
They'll get 34 yards there. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Throwing, Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Myles Garrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now a toss. This is Connor. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Alert flare, alert flare.
Take both of them.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
These two.
Check 49, check 49.
2nd and 5 now. Roethlisberger. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And again, it's Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Let's bring it.
Now Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 53 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. I got it.
Show that bench release and go.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Murray. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Check 55 to Mike. Silver. Jim.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
On 1st down, it's Hunt. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The tackle there by Mark Barron. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Mike 55 and Alpha 55. Mike Hunt.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Here's Mayfield. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
It got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards. All told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Awesome.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
53 is the mic.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. It's caught at the 10. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 49 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Jackson to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
Second and goal from the 1.
Number 53, Mike 53.
Here we go, here we go.
To throw again is Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. But now it's 3rd and goal.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Here we go.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Conner. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. Now it's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Yeah, that's true. You've said that before. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
First down, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Mayfield down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And a solid run down inside the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
It inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. So Cleveland